This is Head Bustin' Boxing, and we are back in the house to talk about Anthony Joshua and the fact that he might be vacating the WBO or the IBF title. Now, Eddie Hearn has come out and stated that it might be better off for Joshua to just go ahead and vacate the title, so he does not have to take on meaningless fights like USYK and Povetkin. I found that very funny that he brought up USYK in that manner, considering he handles USYK. But over the last couple of days, we've heard that Eddie Hearn will be having on Matchroom Boxing or Sky Sports, one or the other, or both, that he will be putting together on March the 28th a bout between USYK and Derek CHISORA. Now, we've been hearing rumors of a CHISORA-USYK fight for about a month now at least. And now here's the interesting thing about it. The date is March the 28th. Now, if you remember when the IBF came out with their statement saying that Anthony Joshua would have to take on Povetkin, that it must be done. The date was either the March 28th or March 29th. Now, what I find very peculiar is that the date of the USYK CHISORA fight that they are saying could take place at the O2 Arena is basically on the same date. I can't remember if it was the 29th or the 28th. It might have been the 28th. But here's the thing. If that is the case, then there's no need for Anthony Joshua to vacate either one of his titles. Now, other rumors have been circulating dealing with USYK, saying that he and Joseph Parker could fight for the vacant WBO title if indeed Anthony Joshua vacates. But like I said, what would be the purpose of vacating? Because let's say Joshua, because now let's be honest, Joshua came out of the Ruiz fight basically relatively unscathed. So he could actually fight Povetkin maybe February, beginning of March. And let's say USYK does fight Derek CHISORA on the 28th of March. USYK would not be ready to fight by that deadline. Well, actually, I'm sorry, excuse me. USYK isn't even the one that they put a deadline on yet. We don't even know the WBO didn't even give a deadline to when Anthony Joshua has to take on USYK. But here's the point. If USYK is fighting on March 28th and Joshua has fulfilled his obligation for the IBF by that point, then there's no need to vacate. Because after USYK fights CHISORA, and I would just say if he wins against CHISORA, which I think he would, but that I do believe it'll be a tough fight. But let's say, for argument's sake, USYK does win, then the timing of a USYK and Joshua fight would be perfect after he has fulfilled his obligations to fight Povetkin. So the fact that we're hearing of a USYK CHISORA fight with that time frame, that's actually good news for AJ, in my opinion. But that's my opinion. Now, once again, the question is, could USYK get through Derek CHISORA? I mean, like I said, in my opinion, I think he would beat Derek CHISORA. I think he'll outbox him. But if CHISORA can lure him into a slugfest, then all bets are off because CHISORA is the bigger guy. And we might actually see a knockout. Who knows? But I'm interested in seeing USYK versus CHISORA. I think that's the perfect fight to baptize him into the heavyweight division. And I believe Joshua versus Povetkin could be, excuse me, I'm sorry. If I've been saying PULEV the whole time, I apologize. I meant to say PULEV. Joshua versus PULEV would be a very interesting fight. But I do think PULEV is past his prime, and Joshua probably would beat him. But at the end of the day, those two are both good fights for the heavyweight division, in my opinion. I do not think they're a waste of time. PULEV is a top 10 heavyweight. CHISORA is a top 10 heavyweight. USYK is a top 10 heavyweight. So anytime I get to see top 10 heavyweights fight other top 10 heavyweights, that's always a good fight in my opinion, especially when they're fighters that earned their way into the top 10 and not somebody that was brought up just to be a sacrificial lamb like we saw with Tom Schwartz and possibly with Otto Wallin, possibly, but Wallin did show at the least that he deserved to be in that match with Fury, so I'll give him a pass in regards to that. But like I said, in my opinion, that's good news for Joshua. And Eddie Hearn might have pulled off another one, because at the end of the day, Eddie Hearn is the one that's promoting USYK or advising him or managing whatever he's doing with USYK. And of course, we know he handles AJ as well. So we'll see how it plays out. I'm not convinced that AJ is just going to hand over the IBF or the WBO title. I think they're going to do any and everything that they can to secure both titles. But once again, we are hearing rumors also that AJ might vacate the WBO, and you might see a Joseph Parker taking on a USYK for that title, and then possibly AJ and the winner of the USYK Parker fight doing a unification fight somewhere down the line. So we'll see. Now, if I'm Deontay Wilder, let me just throw this little caveat in. If I'm Deontay Wilder and Joshua vacates, there is nowhere in the world I'm not pursuing a fight with the winner of USYK and Parker and seeing if I could beat AJ to the punch. Because at the end of the day, both men are trying to use leverage to figure out who's the A side. Joshua's argument is he has more belts. Wilder's argument is he's undefeated and he's the longest reigning champion in boxing. Now, if he's not, then it's Gary Russell Jr., but they both, if I'm not mistaken, title reign started roughly around the same time. So those are the points they would use for leverage. Now, if Joshua vacates and Wilder gets a hold of USYK or Joseph Parker and actually wins a second title and becomes unified as well, then you sort of have to give the A side, in my opinion anyway, to Deontay Wilder, because really the only thing Joshua has over Wilder is the fact that he unified 3 belts, 4 if you want to count the IBO. And that's pretty much all I got. This is Hair Bustin' Boxing. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Hit me up in the comment section and let me know, do you think AJ is going to vacate the WBO or the IBF title? Or do you think Eddie Hearn might have worked a little magic and figured out a way to get that resolved with the whole CHISORA USYK fight taking place on March 28th? And that's pretty much all I got. This is Hair Bustin' Boxing's Fight Doctor. I am out.